That was about it, right?
Being awesome.
They haven't been awesome in 19 years.
It's been a long time.
A long, long time.
Well, their Unplugged series, what a genius move that was.
I don't know why that ever went away. That never gets old.
That was great. Although there were some bands that,
they were stretching it a little bit.
They needed distortion and electronics to sound good. It really exposed.
Unplugged Warrant. It didn't quite cut it.
Yeah, but that guy could still sing and those guys could still play. There was. I'm trying to think who it was. There was a couple towards the end. It's almost like the half-hour specials when they ran out of like headliners, and now they're like having like hosts come on.
Right.
Like Venom Unplugged.
All right, maybe they spread themselves too thin.
Yeah. Do you know who was good? Bryan Adams. You ever hear Bryan Adams Unplugged?
Well, he could sing.
It was
that
great.
fucking guy could sing. I was never a big fan of his, but I mean, you could tell the guy could sing.
How many times did he fire the person who told him to try that glam thing that he did for half a second?
I forgot about that.
He started off, and for the songs he was playing for pop, it was good.
Yep.
It was good. It was good music. Summer '69 and all that. I still like those songs.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then he went into the chick music. Everything you do, I do it for you. And then it's
that
like,
was
that
huge.
lost me. So he's like, well, now what do I do? So, hey, why don't you put some eyeliner on and spike up your hair?
What was the song from that era?
I don't even remember.
I don't remember
just
either.
saw it,
But
and I was
I
just
remember
like,
he did try that.
Yep.
Some of these guys
I never saw him again.
Some of these guys get kind of talked into following the hot music trend.
Yeah.
It even happened to Ozzy for a split second, and then he realized, what am I fucking doing?
He survived the 80s
But
when he had the fucking the shot in the dark video with the doves and the big robe and his fucking barefoot.
Right.
But he survived. Fucking
survived.
Ozzy was a trooper, man. He fucking he survived the
That
80s.
was funny, man.
But he was standing on like what he was standing on before he did that. If that was
Right.
early in his career, that would have been rough.
He had like a Bette Midler hairdo, but we're like, you know what? He did sing Iron Man.
Right.
I'm going to give him a pass on this song.
Yes.
Well, not the song, the
Then he
video.
got rid of that hair, and he never went back to
Yeah.
any of that shit.
Was that the Ultimate Sin album?
Yeah. When everybody was singing about nuclear war and had a message.
People get influenced. The one we like to bring up a lot is Rush, Roll the Bones with the rap.
Oh, with the rap.
When rap
and Rush.
When rap really started to become something white people started listening to, they got caught up in it, and they
terrible.
tried their rap and Roll the Bones. I'm like, what are you doing?
Fuck you, Miami.
This is the only time I ever hear it.
Fuck you.
This is Rush, yes.
Who is rapping?
Fab Five Freddy? No.
Don't tell me Neil Peart.
No, I think it's, what's his name?
Alex Lifeson?
Alex Lifeson, I think.
For real.
I think so.
I would have loved to have heard all three of them trying to see who raps the best.
Right. Who's going to do the rap part?
You know, there's a tape
Who's
somewhere.
taking this
Getty.
track?
Right.
They either all fought it and said, I'm better, or they all fought it and said, no, it's got to be you.
Yeah.
But they all, either the winner did it or the loser.
It's terrible.
It doesn't.
Oh, come on.
It doesn't suck, but it
Yes, it
Rush
does.
Stinks.
It's
Rush.
It
It's
actually
not
sounds like
Rush,
the beginning
though.
of a
It's
bad
weird.
80s movie.
Right.
Yeah. That's terrible stuff.
You
It's
know,
Rush.
else got talked into some shit like more recently was that whole LeBron James decision thing. You know, he didn't come up with that shit. That just reeks of agent publicist. And we'll have an hour long of just you saying where you're going. All right, man. All right, he's playing like dominoes or something. All right, yeah, that sounds good.
But how clueless is he that he didn't understand how important he was to
He's a kid.
Cleveland?
He's like 24, 25.
And the argument, because it comes up a lot on this show, he had every right to go to Miami. Yes, it was the way he did it. He had no idea that he was everything to that city.
He should have just
Which
left.
is rare.
Yeah. This is kind of an old story, but yeah.
I know, but that's why people got so fucking pissed at the guy.
Well, he made cities beg, and then he chose the trophy wife.
Right.
Down in,
and then they got their fucking trophy.
It was a good move, though.
love it.
I mean,
I love that they were going year after year without winning.
As long as the Lakers don't win, I'm happy.
Well,
Miami is still an expansion franchise to me. They got 2 banners. I don't care. I don't care. We got 17.
I saw you.
fuck yourself.
I saw you tweeting about the Lakers. They're in a bad spot this year.
Nah,
and
they'll be
then
fine.
they don't go with Phil Jackson.
They'll be fine.
Why didn't they grab Phil Jackson?
Because I think he wanted like a foot massage every game, and he didn't want to go on the road. He said he didn't, but I don't buy that.
Yeah, there was talk.
The
that,
Zen master.
There was
Seeing
talk that
dollar signs.
he wouldn't have to go on the road. He would just kind of like coach the home games, which isn't a bad concept.
how do you do that? That's terrible, though. You can't either. They're coaching or not.
Yeah,
well,
that's
not
true.
when the guy's getting older and they sort of want him, but he doesn't want to come back. That's not the worst deal in the world.
There's no way he was negotiating that. There's nobody in the
He
history.
could Skype. He could Skype from home.
Roger Clemens is the only guy I saw was able to do that. He didn't go on. If he wasn't starting, he wouldn't go on the road trips. I think when he was with the Astros.
Well, don't you think it was kind of dumb for starting pitchers to go on the road ever? Why would you?
Well, in case they need you.
Not in
In
April.
case you're losing one of those 18-0 games or somebody blows out their arm.
Yeah, but you know what? April, I mean, maybe when it's really starting to get important.
But you're a team. You don't want to separate. You already financially. You're in a different league than the rest of them. It's like you don't like A-Rod is just
these
such a twat.
These guys had to travel to cities knowing they were not going to play at all. It's so strange to me.
That's great.
Part
And
of
then
the
they
team.
got their road pussy out there.
Right.
They
Oh,
just
no,
hang out eating chicken.
I can see why the
drinking
guys
beer
would
like
do
the
it.
Red Sox.
But I'm just saying, when these pitchers got older and they're settling down and all that shit,
Settling
why not
down.
let them hang out in their house and be all rested for their next start?
Because they're
you know the road-
you're getting paid all that money. They want you to show up to work.
Yeah.
Well, you know
That's
the road
it.
sucks.
And then also, and a lot of the other players, we go, how come he doesn't get to go? And blah, 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 blah. And my elbow doesn't feel good. I don't want to go. And then they're playing ping pong with Clemens.
And the fact of the
As the
matter
team's
is,
on the road.
they're fucking when they're there at the game, they're not somewhere where they could fuck their arm up. They're not sailing and getting hit with a jib
Yeah.
in the face or fucking,
Taking a boat trip in Cleveland.
exactly.
Well, that was not good for the pitching staff.
Using a hedge trimmer and cutting your fucking little finger off.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, when someone pays you that much money, they want you to come to work. That's like, even if you do like a TV show, it's only tapes 1 day a week. They'll figure out why you have to be there 5 days a
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
Just come in and shoot a couple of promos. They're just going to make you just fucking sit there.
Yeah.
What are you doing in town, by the way?
What am I doing in town? I did a.
From LA, so it's not like you jumped in your car and said,
I
"I'm going to
did
go
it.
see the guys."
I almost forgot. I did a college gig
Okay.
up in Connecticut, and then I came down here to check on my apartment, make sure it's okay
Nice.
from all the storm disaster and all
right.
that shit. And
Everything's
then
fine?
Everything's fine, thank God. And then I'm going to my high school 25-year high school reunion.
Oh shit.
When is that?
I don't know, Friday or Saturday.
Oh, it's this week.
It's always the day after Thanksgiving.
Is it really? I guess because people are off.
Yeah, because everyone's home, so they figure that's the best time to try to get everyone together.
I went to the
Oh, you went to the 30th?
Yeah, 15 years ago.
How was it?
I stopped going to mine.
It was crazy. It was just
It's a good time. I'm thinking it's going to be a good time.
it was weird
Why was it weird, Anthony?
because all right, because my date was 18.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
Yes, she was.
How great is Anthony?
That is
Good for you.
crazy.
It was hilarious.
What was that? Did you get look? You must have got looks, high fives, and
Guys
dirty
loved
looks.
it. The girls hated it. Yeah.
I always knew he was a creep.
And all the girls looked like their mother's version of what they looked like the girls I remembered, but like their mothers. It's like they were all, it's like, oh, that chick was hot. Now she's just fat and old, and you're like, shit.
Oh, I'm
kinda
not exactly
depressing.
a spring chicken.
No,
so.
I realize that. I wasn't going into it thinking, here comes Brad Pitt to his fucking high school reunion. Believe
Right.
me. But it was
Yeah, but
just weird.
I
Yes, sir.
was going to improv a Brad name, and I realized nobody would recognize it, so I bailed.
Oh, no, you should do
Good
it.
job.
I've always loved your stuff. Go ahead.
You know what? You know what? Do it again.
Set
It's
him up.
not like Brad Pitt.
Certainly not.
Very good.
It's more
Jimmy.
like Brad Dourif. See, that would have bombed horribly.
Yeah, that would have.
Who's Brad Dorff?
That's you just echoed the sentiments of fucking 200,000
No.
people.
I'm interested.
Who's
all we
Billy
got
Bibbit in
listening?
Cuckoo's Nest?
He's the antithesis of Brad Pitt.
Yeah, he was the stutterer who punched
That's
his own
actually
penis.
a great reference.
It really is.
That's on us for not getting that.
Yeah.
No, I'm hoping it's going to be good. And I figure 25 is a good one to go to where people, you're still kind of young.
Right.
Yet you're not young, but you're not old. And I think people will still have, the light in their eye. That's all I want to see.
You just want to see the light?
Well, I was nervous that,
I understand what
I
you're
had a great grade and everybody was cool. Like, I had a real, mellow grade. We weren't like, I was talking on my podcast how, the grade above me and the grade below me, they were maniacs. They were
Yeah.
good guys, but I mean, every weekend there was some 12-on-12 battle royal, it seemed. There was a kid in the grade above me. His party trick was he would eat a light bulb. He would just sit there munching on it. His gums would be bleeding. He'd be smiling with the blood in between his teeth.
Oh my god.
And somebody finally goes, "Yeah, dude, he had to stop because he's eating glass."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
There was,
And you didn't have any of
Yeah.
that shit? You guys were pretty mellow, huh?
We had some tough kids in my grade, without a doubt, but like, it wasn't me, but I kind of dragged the average down. But no, we were like a party in grade.
Were you popular though? Like, did you kind of socialize, and were you the funny guy, or were you kind of?
I wasn't popular, and I wasn't a loser. I was sort of, he's a good shit. He's all right.
Oh god, that's
I was in the middle.
you described me too.
Yeah.
Right there, just kind of right there.
I was
Yeah,
hilarious.
it's not like I meet people from high school and they're like, "Oh yeah, I can see how you
No,
became."
they always go. I remember you being quiet. I can't believe this is what you do for a living. I get that a lot.
I get
I won class clown by a landslide, but they wouldn't give it to me because I was in rehab after a suicide attempt. So they probably figured I wouldn't look good in the yearbook.
But your class clown was based after Gacy.
Were you really the class clown? I didn't even know this.
Yes, I was.
No kidding.
It was a
That's good.
landslide.
I find comedians are like that. They either would completely, there's no middle ground.
Right,
Either
yeah.
like, I can't believe it. Or Patrice was class clown.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Norton
of
was
course.
class clown.
You know, almost a year with this Patrice thing.
Yeah.
Fucking year the 29th.
This month?
It doesn't. It doesn't resonate that it's a year, because I think about him every day. It's like you know, you don't realize. It's not like I'm gonna look back and go, oh my god, I haven't thought of him in a month. You know what I mean? It's like when someone is omnipresent in your fucking mind. It doesn't mean anything.
I watch those clips online all the time of him on this show. Thank God, because you get to watch like hours and hours
Just
of them. It's
great.
awesome.
I have a picture of him like to the right of my refrigerator on a shelf and stuff. It's like every day I look and go, fucking guy, man.
Yeah.
I have a great pic of us from Tough Crowd that I want to
Yeah.
put up. Me and him laughing on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You kind of get like bummed.
Once again, why I'm going to my 25-year one, because
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah,
go there. Hey,
yeah.
where's so-and-so?
Oh, you didn't hear.
Yeah.
I get it in
cement
half.
mixer.
Yeah.
Had his iPad on. iPhone, whatever the fuck it is.
The worst thing that happened to anyone involved in my high school class
Was they slept with you? Well, they loaned you. Okay.
Yeah. This guy, and this is, I went to kindergarten and then through, like, I moved around the country and stuff like that and around Long Island, but then I returned for, like, junior high and high school. So I knew these guys from kindergarten, and then I knew them again in junior high and high school. After high school, this one guy went over the other guy's house. His mom was there. He fucking raped and murdered the mother and then tried to burn the house down to fucking cover it up. Sick.
Was he a nice guy in school?
He was a little fucking rambunctious,
Little
let's
off?
say.
He raped the guy's mother and killed her?
Raped and killed his
How
the
old was
guy's
he
mother.
at the time?
I guess just out of high school.
Oh, just out of high school.
Yeah.
Are they still friends?
Oh my God. We had a kid when I was a senior killed another kid just to see what it was like.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I think he's.
That's
I think he's just getting out.
Jesus.
We had a kid that would follow cars home on the LIE and rob them in the driveway. And, well, one of those botched robberies, there was a botched
I
robbery.
remember that guy, yeah.
And he got shot in the back of the head. And then his partner there just dropped him and the car off in the back of the Walt Whitman
Mall, yeah.
to die. Kid I went to high school with.
He was alive, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know the guy didn't want to get in trouble for robbing houses.
Shit.
and assumed this guy was in deep trouble anyway, so he fucking ditched him in the car at Walt Whitman and took off.
He was one guy that killed
was-
someone, but
So what
not-
happened to
not
him?
That.
The other guy?
He gets charged.
I don't know. I didn't know the other guy. We just
No,
knew
I'm saying, what
the guy
hap-
that died is someone we went to school with.
He would have to have gotten charged,
Oh,
right?
I would imagine they got him.
There's got to be
Murder.
some sort of charge for walking away from some guy with a.
Yeah, they found.
Well, if they were both involved in the robbery and that guy got shot, he's up for fucking murder.
Yeah,
Even though he did.
Wait, who got shot in the head?
the guy I knew from high school.
One of the guys, one of the robbers, right?
Yeah. There was
So how are you charged with murder?
A death during the commission of a felony.
But do you count
Doesn't
if you're
matter.
one of the criminals?
Yeah.
Oh.
And I didn't
Oh,
realize
yeah.
we were going to talk about this
Whether
today.
you shot him or not, even though the guy died during the commission of a felony, you get the murder rap. Even though he was your pal, you fucking didn't shoot him,
Yeah, I believe
you get the murder rap. And that fucked up.
And what's your defense? I didn't do it.
I didn't do shit. Yeah.
I believe the person they were robbing. was armed
Yeah,
and
that's
shot
what
back.
happens.
I believe because it's been many years. I didn't realize.
Now
he
your
was on
friend's
this run
dead,
today.
and you're charged
Oh,
with
the
his
ki-
murder, even though you didn't do
Oh, the
anything.
kid definitely died with a
Jeez.
fucking gunshot wound.
That must have been a rough
in a
night's sleep.
car
Just trying to lay there like,
at the mall.
hey, maybe they'll think you got shot at the mall.
Oh God!
In the passenger seat,
Yeah,
waiting for someone.
I think that was our worst one that I know of.
That's a pretty bad one.
But you lose touch with everybody, so you don't know.
There's always a drinking and driving accident. There's always, it's always
yeah.
bad.
Something,
It's bad.
yeah.
And then there's a good 10-year stretch, and then something.
There was a midget in my class, and he was actually at the reunion, and he died like just after the reunion. I was so surprised to see him around. He's like walking around this little midget.
What happened? What fell on him?
He turned out to be like he was very active in politics. I think he was part of like the Clinton administration.
Everyone's part of the Clinton
I know.
administration.
He
Everyone
was
you
just
come
a little
across.
fidgety guy.
What did he die of?
Fidget. He
Yeah.
died of midget.
Yeah, it's just
Now,
sadness.
you would think that they would live longer.
You'd think.
Because I know tall people,
Yeah.
They don't
because
live
their
long.
heart, for some reason they get born with the same size heart, so it
Yeah.
has to work really hard to get it all the way
Right.
down to their little twinkle toes there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you would think, being that compact,
Right, yeah.
that they would just have blood fucking pouring through them,
but it doesn't
coming out
circulate.
their fucking
So-
ears.
Yeah.
So if you're an older tall guy, why wouldn't you just cut off your legs at the knees
Man.
so your heart doesn't have to work as hard?
Crazy.
No, you need a little bit of work to
Like when you
stretch out the
bypass
blood.
the heater core.
Right. Like, well, you know it's happened. You know your heart's overworking. So why not? You get to an age where you're like, I'd rather live a few more years.
Well, what,
I'll do it from a
Bill
wheelchair.
Russell's like
Fuck
the
it.
only 70-year-old,
Oh,
7-foot
man,
guy I've
yeah.
ever seen.
When
Yeah.
it's funny because
Why
when
you always hear a little old lady, a little old man.
right
Yeah.
when you see an old tall guy walking around Manhattan, you do realize immediately you're looking at something rare. You're so right.
Yeah.
But you'll
aren't
see old people all
yeah.
the time, but they're just shorter.
There aren't old tall people.
Tall people, it's not old, like fat people. It's those little fuckers who got picked on in the playground.
Skinny motherfuckers.
Yeah, twerps.
Yeah, old fat people never.
Twerps.
Old tall people never.
Yeah.
Little people evidently not. You want to be right in that 5'6", 5'7", 5'8".
Bro, put our fucking height in there, Bill.
Huh?
What are you doing to us?
I don't know. We
5'11"-ish?
but we got the anger.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
We have like the bruised veins.
I just
anger.
I like to think that's just pushing the cholesterol through my body faster.
Dude, I've been reading
In a
this
good
book.
way.
I've been reading this book, Eat to Live.
Right.
I'm blowing my mind.
It's about pussy.
I think Eat to Live was on the New York Times bestseller list. That's a popular one, Eat to Live.
Yeah, well, how do I top that? I can't even tell you what it is.
That's all right.
Holy shit.
Why is the book blowing your mind?
Because what they're claiming is that the whole 4 food groups, I feel like I'm going to get hung up on. This is how much
No,
no one's ever interested in what I'm saying. Oh, really, Bill? Why don't you elaborate? Hello. They're saying that the 4 food groups things, where they put the stress on a protein and dairy, was actually came about by the meat and dairy people came up with that.
Oh, really?
So what you're supposed to do is it's supposed to be more like salads and greens and that type of shit, and then you almost flip the pyramid over. And I'm thinking, I'm going, well, wait a minute, then I'm going to lose all my muscle and that type of thing. And the guy's got a great argument. He goes, go to the zoo and look at gorillas, all right, who look like supersized linebackers. They eat 80% vegetables and 20% fruit.
Does he have any examples from our species, though?
Yeah, no.
That's like peanuts are apparently good because elephants do well.
No. Dude, if he said a cockatoo, though. But if he said a
Well,
cockatoo.
we've all been guilty.
No, dude, I'm gonna tell you what, because that's what I was thinking. Like, dude, this is literally a different species. 2 things: you go to a monkey and you look it in the eye at the zoo. There's no fucking. You go like, dude, that's me. That's me with just a little bit of bit of something else thrown in there.
Right, yeah,
you
you're
see
right.
something in their eyes. You're
Yeah,
like,
there's
what
something in
the
their eyes.
fuck?
They
That's
know
our
they're in the
eyes.
zoo.
That's
they
our
know they're
eyes.
being watched.
Right.
They don't like it,
yeah.
and they'll rip your fucking face off the same way I would if I was sitting in a cage. Like, come a little closer, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Just do it.
yeah.
So, and then this thing, all these diets I've tried, and I always ended up feeling like shit. This one, actually, I feel fucking great.
You lose weight?
I feel like energized. Yeah. How do you not lose weight eating like a fucking rabbit?
Are you eating fish, though? Like, because I've tried to eat, like, grilled chicken's like one of the only meats I'll really eat. And I eat a lot of greens and drink a lot of vegetable juice and shit.
Dude, I would literally, if I became a vegan, I would still go to a steakhouse once a week. I can't help it, and smoke a cigar.
Wait, so what aren't you eating? Right. What aren't you eating?
No, I'm just doing like breakfast and lunch. I just stay away from the shit that I used to. Those lumberjack things.
Yeah, the fucking big egg sandwich. Ugh.
Yeah, all that stuff that feels good as you're eating it. Like,
Yeah.
And then afterwards, you feel like you have that bag in your stomach.
Let me have 2 eggs over easy on a roll with the cheese and fucking bacon.
We've been doing a bacon thing lately, out of nowhere.
Oh, bacon's the greatest
But
thing ever.
I told Anthony, it goes to your point. I told Anthony we ate a bunch of bacon. I think it was Friday, and immediately you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Is
You're
there
not
anything
on
better?
health-
Is there anything better than just burned
Oh,
up
it's the,
bacon?
it's the best.
Crispy.
Oh, it's the greatest fucking thing
But you
ever.
feel greasy and just shitty immediately after you.
Even pigs enjoy it.
Right.
You know, they smell it and they're like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so old. I can't have a breakfast that has syrup, or I'll be nodding off by 11.
Syrup's good though, man.
I just need one of those old man hats. If I have pancakes and French toast, which I fucking love, it's over. I'm done by.
I would eat blueberry pancakes and bacon every day.
You get that sugar rush
Every
and then it's
fucking
over.
day.
Is there anything worse than when they say they have blueberry pancakes and they just make regular pancakes and then they just
Thank
pour
you.
the shit on
Thank
top?
you.
That's bullshit.
Not, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
I want more blueberries than fucking pancake too.
No,
by the
it's
way.
gotta be in there.
Yeah, exactly.
I want equal distribution of blueberries in this muffin.
Do you know how long that's going to take?
Yeah, the
that
guy
was such a
just-
great
he's
response.
beside
He
himself.
wanted to say you cunt, but he couldn't. So he asked this question slowly.
Yeah.
Do you know how long that's
How
going
long
to
that's
take?
going to take.
Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
No, but I actually, this is the shit that I've been reading. This is the first, and he has like, what's great here, like 40 pages of the book is just footnotes from shit that this guy's actually, he's done all the reading for you. And I don't know, it's been working for me.
Yeah.
You still got to
That's cool.
do it though. It's easy to read that shit, but then you start trying to do
Dude,
it.
the first 3 days of sitting there eating a salad, I wanted to fucking kill myself. And halfway through the third day, it's weird. It's like drugs. You actually start
Acceptance.
going like, oh, tomato.
No.
You swear to God.
Wow.
You start craving it.
Yeah, 'cause
I've been
that-
eating salads without dressing on it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's fucking. It's
grazing.
hardcore, but then after, literally,
No, man, that's how I eat my salads.
eat like a rabbit. Shit
If you
like
get a really
horse.
good salad, the flavorings in the vegetables, you don't really need the dressing.
Meal in, meal out. That's where I am right now. It's fucking ridiculous.
No, but I like them. I'm always afraid it doesn't taste. I like washed vegetables when I eat them. Like, I don't like them to taste dry. Like dry.
That's where you get the little fucking crank thing there, Jimmy.
What's that?
You put the lettuce in there. You hose it off.
Oh,
and
that's
you,
Oh yeah, I don't.
centrifugal for like that
Yeah.
ride at the
Yeah,
carnival.
yeah.
Except nobody pukes.
Do you eat chicken in it or anything? I don't like to have it too. I like a little bit of grilled chicken in my salad.
I try to go the breakfast and lunch without doing the meat thing, and then by fucking dinner I eat like a fucking ant.
An antelope.
Taking down prey with fucking bite to the throat.
Yeah.
No, because I don't give a shit if it's you gotta live. So I figure I'm offsetting, like kale and that type of stuff.
No,
is-
that's a
is
good
great.
fucking-
So I
yeah.
offset it, and then at night I throw down and I try to have a good cut of something.
Dude, it's 2/3 less of eating like shit. You know, it's 2/3 of your meal.
Oh, an animal fucking took one in the face every meal I had. It was over. Got choked out. I ate a pig at breakfast, a chicken or a cow for lunch, and then for fucking dinner I ate another cow or a chicken, maybe a fish.
Yeah.
Maybe I punched a trout in the face.
But fish don't care.
No. 3 times a day.
Do you think fish care?
Yes.
Do they have any
Yeah, they
clue?
do.
You
And
think
I
they
also
have a
think
clue?
lobsters feel it.
Oh,
I
fuck
agree.
yeah.
I won't
I'm
eat
with you
lobster
with
for
the
that
lobster.
reason.
I don't eat lobster because of that
Or
either.
crab, occasionally.
I eat.
Fucking crab.
You gotta eat that.
That's
You gotta
depressing.
eat
You know
that
what?
lobster
I
shit.
fucking. You gotta. Come on. This
Just
guy's,
knock the fucking thing on his dumb shell
guy's
head.
giving their life
That's what
out there in the-
How hard is that? Crush his head with a fucking hammer.
That
mope.
That releases what? Something
No,
that
it
makes
doesn't.
the fucking meat.
They're
not
just
taste
saying
as
that
good.
they're full of shit. They're just saying that
Dude,
to make it fucking more humane that
You
they're
could
killing it.
flick a lobster in its jaw, and you'd knock it out. All you gotta do is just get it to rattle around in the fluid.
Flick him in the jaw.
Just
He's
flick him
down.
right
He's
underneath.
down. You hold his claw up like the Hulk.
Isn't it enough
Goes
you
down
tape-
and then it stays up.
You
Yeah.
fucking put rubber bands around its claws. Can you imagine? That's like you being tied with your hands behind your back and old boy. He doesn't feel anything.
You think that would stress out the lobster? So it's already stressed, which means it's releasing all that
There's
shit.
got to be some douche that's going to write in about their fucking neurological system and the reason. I don't buy it.
If you eat lobster, you should be able to handle it without the fucking rubber bands on its claws. That should be the challenge to
If
you.
you're going to boil something alive,
Right.
you can't
Yeah.
have it declawed.
right.
If nature puts
At the very
claws on it
least.
to protect it, that means it obviously can feel something. Like anything that can't feel doesn't have a natural defense that's just
Yeah.
genius, like claws.
You think a jellyfish really has a fucking intelligence to it?
Maybe not intelligence, but they still. You don't need an intelligence to feel
Fish.
pain. I don't think.
Yeah.
Fish
You know
don't
what I'm
know
laughing
anything.
about? You know how funny that was? Well, did he do anything from this species?
Yeah.
Hey, the elephants eat peanuts.
Peanuts. It treats them pretty well.
I really am a dope. Anything I read, I
That's
believe.
great.
No,
Dude,
but it's
fucking great.
look. That's I'm trying to eat good and drink a lot of vegetable juice. It's like it's not my idea. I've heard it over the
I
years.
drink vegetable juice
every
every
day. I drink beet juice, beet, carrots, fucking kale and parsley, or
Well,
lemon and
look,
ginger.
What about that guy there, the juice guy, who dressed like Arthur Fonzarelli before he did? He had that mechanic onesie
The juice master.
that he used to wear.
The coveralls thing.
Yeah, the guy who used to lift himself up in the pike position in the 50s, which was blew everybody's mind.
Fucking
Jack LaLanne.
Body
Jack
by-
LaLanne.
body by
I'm talking
Jake.
about Jack LaLanne.
Jack LaLanne
Yeah.
would do calisthenics,
Yeah.
like jumping jacks and
Yeah.
fucking.
Like 90 pulling a train with his teeth. It's
Right,
like, we
right.
get it, you're strong. Just go sit down.
He's juicing like a motherfucker.
That's all he had, though.
Sultana juice.
Right.
The juice master. What was his name? I know who you mean. I don't remember. He had all
Jack-
white eyebrows. That guy.
Jack LaLanne or the other guy?
We're talking about Jack LaLanne.
Oh,
and
you know,
maybe another
the
guy,
juice
too.
master had those infomercials.
I don't
Yeah,
remember the
yeah.
Juice Master.
Do you
You
know
know
that,
the
that,
juice master?
I really don't.
Sam, could you look up his name if you're not busy over there having a good
that
time?
Jake LaLanne guy, do you know he invented all that, the basic shit workout stuff, like the bench press, the
Right.
incline bench, a lot of that stuff he invented.
Really?
He had the prototypes, and he never got any of it patented.
What an asshole.
Idiot. So
Yeah, no, and he literally said that. He goes, I'm an idiot. But then he came back around. They say there's no second act in
He-
America.
he
Fuck
did.
you. He came out with the
Jack
juicer.
LaLanne,
He
yeah.
was done.
So how the fuck did people work out before?
The juice man.
They didn't. They just didn't know what they were doing.
No.
Well, they weren't eating like
Man.
they weren't eating what we're eating.
Yeah.
And they
weren't-
actually
they weren't eating cows that ate other cows.
and their jobs were the workout.
Dude, they're so fucking pumped up with shit. Like kids are hitting puberty at like 8 now.
Is that the guy, Bill?
That's not him.
Drink. Whenever you're doing leafy greens, you never.
Where do they
and
get
are
an
never,
audience?
hopefully,
I was probably
for this.
there.
going
One of
to
those
drink
saps. Listen to
straight
this guy.
Green juice.
This looks
Because
like
it's too
Jonestown for old people.
concentrated. Concentrated with nutrients. I mean, if you want
Oh boy.
to get real high,
Oh.
you make a big glass of straight parsley juice.
I like parsley.
It'll be the highest high you've
This is
ever
making
had
me
in your
feel
life.
better about my career, just seeing the gig that he's doing
I'm
here.
serious now.
Parsley
you know, up
juice.
in Eugene, Oregon, beautiful,
gotta be dead
beautiful
in half
country.
the
One of
audience.
the most beautiful
Good
little
night.
cities I've ever seen. The University of Oregon is
You should
there.
be
You
up
all
there. It's
know.
too
Those of
late
that
for
been to
you.
Eugene,
Yeah.
well,
You're
if
too
it
old.
is our, it-
Yeah, at that age, fuck, who cares? That's
Well,
when
this
you
is-
should let it all go.
I got my juicer and I'm gonna start drinking healthy. Really? She's got fucking like 18 pounds of meat in her colon.
Right.
Parsley juice. I wonder, because I have parsley in my juice just to make it less
Yeah.
interesting. And I wonder
You
if I
got a
had
little sugar in your tank too. Sorry, I thought you set it up nicely.
Thought wrong.
I can't at least get the skid off the road. Nothing.
Nothing.
It just sounded a little. I got a little
Yeah.
parsley in my juice.
I might have a giant parsley juice today. I don't know how
Yeah.
good that will be.
Why don't we go get some
Parsley
juice right
tastes
now?
awful. How is parsley juice any good?
You're probably right. You
Parsley's-
make a compelling argument.
It's a fucking
If you go to the
garnish.
zoo, the pelicans.
Yeah, the pelicans love it.
But
Look
pe-
at a pelican.
But yeah. Yeah, look at that, dude. They fly. But I didn't know that till Scarface. But I like fucking beet. I can't eat a whole bunch of beets, but you give me a giant
I
beet
hate
juice.
beets, but in juice, it's
Oh, your
good.
shit is all red.
Oh.
It's
It's gotta be
great.
frightening if
You
you,
know,
forget.
in Australia, that's like a big thing. They put beets on burgers. I was so
I know.
fucking
Yeah. Why would
mad.
you
Wow,
do
that
that?
sounds pretty good.
Oh no! It
Oh wait, we haven't
ruins it.
talked to you since Australia.
It ruins it. It makes the patty all fucking red, and
Right.
you take it off, and you just—there's no way to not know. It's like that homeless smell. Sure. Even after they left the subway car, you know they were there. That's what a beet is on top of a fucking.
It just leaves its fucking aura.
How's Australia?
Amazing.
Yeah.
What'd you get, treats?
No, I went for like 10 days. It was the shit.
Pretty cool.
If you've never been outside the country, that's a great one to go to. It's like what Canada used to be, as far as how easy it is to get it. You still need a passport, but they're just cool as hell.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any anti-American, fucking George Bush Obama, none of that shit. They were just cool.
What do you do? Because you explore. You're one of those rare comics that actually, leave the hotel room.
Oh, you know what's funny? One time we actually went out and me, Big Jay, and Nia, who else was there? I can't remember. I was so jet lagged. But they were saying that they have this giant park, and every night, like, like thousands of bats right at like 5 p.m.
Jesus.
just come out, like these insane bats. So they.
You're disappointed when you realize it was just old people.
So we go down there like assholes, and we're standing there, and we're like, "Where are they? Where the fuck are they?" We actually broke into one part of the park, thinking they were in there, and some guy came by, going, "No." He's like, "No, mate, they're fucking over there." So we went over to this place. We were told that there was thousands of them. Dude, there was probably like 40.
Come on.
That just
really?
sort of spit out, but they were still pretty psycho looking. Like they weren't like those little pussy ones. They were like these giant ones.
Right,
they
right.
literally looked like that they would turn into a
4
vampire.
bits.
I just did
Gonna
dumb
see a
shit like
bit.
that.
What time of night were they out?
Went to the zoo. What else did I do? I mean, I didn't.
You wanted to do
I
the-
pretty much stayed in Sydney. I was gonna do the Great Barrier
Yeah,
Reef,
you-
but it was like a fucking 3-hour flight.
Just to get there.
Yeah, and then you had to get there, and then if you go fucking scuba diving,
can't fly again.
You can't fly
For a
again.
day or
I
two.
just said, all right, you know what?
24 hours, I think, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I'm not certified. And this other guy goes, no, this other guy holds your fucking hand and he brings you to the bottom of the ocean. And that's just one of those things where I'm not doing that. I'm
Nah.
going to get certified. I'm going to
You would
learn.
have been, you would have been fine.
What if he has a fucking aneurysm
Yeah.
and then I'm down there?
You're like,
You would've
hey, what
figured
do
it
I do?
out.
What's the proper way to go back up to the surface?
Right.
No, they would have gave you some basics. You would have been all right with that, to be honest with you. Yeah, you can't fly it.
That's one
nuts.
of those haven't
until
lost
24
anyone
hours
yet.
later.
Yeah. I think you realize also, like, it's fucking huge. Like, to do anything, it's like, oh, I'm in Australia. Let me go here. It's like, no, you just flew a fuckload over the ocean to get here. And now it's further than flying from New York to L.A. to get somewhere else. It's like crazy,
no.
right?
Yeah, no, it's. But the flight over isn't bad at all. If you leave around when you're getting ready to go to sleep, you watch 2 movies, get a dinner, and then you just fucking fall asleep for 8 hours. That's 12's gone of the 14. You wake up 2 hours later, and you're
Couple hours.
coming off the ocean.
Nice.
Oh no, it's absolutely gorgeous.
What airline did you go?
Can't sleep that long on a
Flew
plane.
United.
United.
I don't know why. I thought it was gonna be Qantas, but
Yeah.
we flew business class. That the seats went all the way
Oh,
down,
that's nice.
Nice,
which is
yeah.
perfect. Well,
You
if they
need
go all
that.
the way down, dude, I swear to God, you could fly around the equator. You wouldn't give a shit. But if you're in the back of that, if you're flying to
Fuck.
Minneapolis, you're like, this fucking sucks. I want to kill everybody. I don't give a shit that you have to get up to go to the bathroom. I'm not moving. I've
Yeah.
moved enough times.
I can't sleep like that on a plane, no matter how comfortable the seat. I can't
No,
knock
we were
out for
talking
8
about
hours,
earlier.
man.
I could
can't do it.
fucking
I
not
could
out.
do maybe an hour, hour and a half. That's my limit.
I am Mr. Jetway to Jetway on a flight. I will crap out, and the next thing I know, they're opening the door, and I'm
You
like,
don't wake
hey,
up when you take off?
That's perfect.
fuck, I've slept during takeoff.
I've slept during takeoffs.
Never.
Because I'm just
and
so
landing.
tired at that point.
I'm fucking walking up to, like, oh, hey, here we go, nice.
Can you
Time
imagine
travel.
how cool that would be, though?
Oh my god, I would love to. I would
There's
love
no
to travel.
concept of the actual
it's 2
travel.
seconds. It's, oh, I'm in New York. Hey, I'm in L.A. That's great. It's fucking time travel.
And I'm
Yeah.
awake.
Some people can do that. I can only
can't.
do that on like the Red Eye. I'm gonna
love
try to
sleep.
find when we go to the break. I'll show you some of the pictures of being down. Like some of the beaches were insane.
Nice.
Yeah, that's kind of like what they're
Less pollution over there?
what
you
they're
think?
known for. I don't know. I wouldn't think. No,
Was the-
we're animals.
How was
It's
the air?
industrialized.
Was the air clearer?
Nah, pretty much seemed the
Same
same.
shit?
Same, and it seemed like a safe city. And I made a comment about it that it was a safe city, and everybody laughed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've had some issues over there.
Oh.
Not too bad though.
With
Not
the
to point that you
indigenous
should-
population?
No, Anthony, just with the
wondering.
regular people.
I was just wondering if it was the indigenous
With
population.
the people of color.
Well,
It's just same old shit. People going out to clubs, not getting laid, then they're drunk, and then someone gets fucking stabbed. The same old shit. That's basically.
story.
How far were you from Indonesia there? How far is Australia? That's
I
pretty
think
close,
that's- I was gonna say it's diagonally up to the left. What is that? North.
it is like north to northwest.
But it's not that far.
Yeah, and there's people there going like, "Hey, I booked Singapore. You should go there." I'm like, "Who the fuck is gonna see me there?" Nah, they like. I was like, "All right, fuck it. What am I gonna do?
Singapore, yeah.
I'm gonna go to Davenport again. I've done it."
So you're going to start traveling around, seeing what's out there?
Yeah, because I figure if I can make a little bit of money, then I can just go fucking blow it. Go look at the Great Wall of China for free.
Get an old fucking.
And then get back, watch a couple episodes of like, I don't know, Breaking Bad or Sons of Anarchy. Take a sleeping pill and wake up back in L.A.
It's shit you want to see anyway, right?
Yeah, why not?
If you make some money on the
What
way.
else am I
Or
doing?
do a gig there and it's a bust, you're still in Singapore.
No, I'm gonna go back and I sold tickets really well over there because of the podcast, and wow.
Podcast is
Great.
helping that much.
Well,
in
what I
other
do,
countries?
this is what I do. I go on, and if there's a country I want to go to, I just start shitting on it on my podcast, which draws them in. And then they start asking me questions,
He's
and then I
brilliant.
go, all right. And then